and girls and children of all ages. This is what you have been waiting on. Let's go!
All access, all access, all access with Audrey Jack. All access, all access, all access with Audrey Jack. All access, all access, all access with Audrey Jack. All access, all access, all access with Audrey Jack.
Hey yo, stop, freeze, nobody move. Drop the remote, keep your eyes on the tools. It's all access with you know who, but if you acting like you don't, let me explain to you. Her name is Audrey Jack, and the show is more than all that. Keep you up to date and on track on what's going on in the front and in the back. Hot topics straight from the tropics, anything and everything, you know she got it. How do you explain the way that she got it? The show's on fire, just can't stop it. All access, backstage passes, you'll see things you can't see with glasses. Rappers, actors, singers, dancers, and everything between, so long as it matters. Interviews, hot top news, and I ain't talking the type to give you the blues. I mean the real good stuff, keep you locked in the tube. This show crazy, sticky like glue, so him, her, she, you, keep it on point, it's a new avenue, and you don't wanna miss the fresh and brand new. It's all access. Woo! Let's go.
All access, all access, all access with Audrey Jack. All access, all access, all access with Audrey Jack. All access, all access, all access with Audrey Jack.
It's Audrey St. Luce Jack, so you know you must be tuned in to All Access. Tonight on All Access, we continue with our Access Your Vote special. Tonight, we see who else is up to contest for the parliamentary election for September 26. Tonight, we sit with Tatiana Arrindell of the UP Party and National Alliance's Ardwell, Irion. You know what we always say, stay tuned, you don't want to miss what's coming up next on All Access.
Life is a journey full of connections. You're in safe hands even when life starts too soon. You don't have to miss a single beat. When a bad hair day makes you sad, just sharing can bring you joy and more to come. They take the plunge, turn fear into faith, while you capture those beautiful moments. In the game of life, it's family that counts. They'll be there even when you lose. We all have our moments of reflection and hope. And when you feel you're losing everything in life, we're there because there's more to come. When life starts too soon, you don't have to miss a single beat. We're here to connect you and share life. Telltale when you want more.
At Subway, every day is delicious. Get a different 6-inch sub each day made fresh with your favorite ingredients for 7 florins and 20 cents, just $4. Enjoy one today. Subway, eat fresh.
GEBE has been faithfully serving the communities of St. Martin, Saba, and Statia, powering your home and our economy. Come rain or shine, our qualified team of professionals are working hard 24 hours a day to provide you and your family with safe, reliable electricity and water. We use the latest technologies and test our products daily to maintain the highest international standards. Our friendly staff is always there to assist you, whether in person, over the phone, or online. We are committed to constantly improving our products and services, making them more efficient, effective, and environmentally friendly to serve you better today and our next generation of clients tomorrow. GEBE, powering a brighter future.
Welcome back to All Access. Audrey here. Tonight we continue Access Your Vote. That's right. Tonight we sit with Ardwell Irion. This young man is from the National Alliance Party, and he's going to be vying for the upcoming parliamentary elections for September 26. And we know here at All Access that you all who are looking at this are going to go out and vote. Well, let's see if Ardwell Irion convinces you that he is your choice.
I've always had political aspirations, and between being especially the last 4 or 5 years, I've wanted to make a difference in my country, and the number one way to make a difference, I believe, is through politics.
You hear a lot of people say around the place, politics is just a nasty game. It's just a nasty thing to do. Do you think your morals and values are gonna definitely be swayed while in politics?
I don't think politics is a nasty game. I think people play a nasty game. politics is not humans. Humans make politics bad, like everything else. So, do I think that we have bad representation within the political arena? Yes. Do I think I am one of them? Definitely not. No. Do I think I can be distracted by them? No, because I'm not here to be deterred. I'm here because I'm determined. Being in the campaign trail, you hear it a lot. You hear the pain of the country. So the island's opinion is that they're tired. They want stability in government. They want proper representation. They want people that understand Parliament. They want parliamentarians that ask relevant questions, that have good solutions that could be implemented. So that's the general, and that's one of the reasons why I ran, because I think that I have a lot of those skills to represent our island within Parliament and any other elected or any other position within government. So I grew up in a single parent home, and my dad left, I think, in 1993. And I basically had no choice but to become a leader within my home. My mom depended on me a lot, and she would always, my mom always spoke to me like a grown-up. She would always tell me the realities of stuff and never sugarcoated stuff. And I think having this foundation prepared me to be a leader. Just maybe a stupid example, but I was cooking, baking, washing, everything from the age of 10. And like when I went to Holland, I had friends in college that didn't do these things before. So it prepared me, I think, way in advance. I think leadership also comes from another aspect of being a leader is, I believe, having a vision. I saw there was a need for a new sport fitness innovation on the island, and myself and my foundation, Team Don't Quit, we started, and we also realized that there was a lack of health awareness on the island. So we started Team Don't Quit in Holland, and we came back home, and we did Fitness on the Rock. This is the second annual Fitness on the Rock this year. It was bigger than last year.
So this was your project?
Yes, and our project. I'll say our project. It's a team effort. I am the president of the foundation, but it's a team effort. And during the whole year, for the last 3-4 years, we've been posting fitness-related posts on Facebook, on Instagram, doing interviews, doing challenges, and because this is what we believe in. I also am the president of Invenio Academy. It's another foundation where we focus on personal development, empowerment, trainings. Our motto is basically lifelong learning. And we recently started a book club in St. Dominic, and we will also be going to other schools and continuing the book club. I think that shows leadership. If you see a need for something within your community and you start it first without the support of government, without the support of corporate sponsors, but out of the need of out of your own awareness that it needs to be done, I think that's a sign of leadership. I think St. Martin in general, like growing up, the only leader that I have or had now, because he's passed away, was my grandfather, L. Walter Richardson. And it's kind of sad in a way too, because he was 30, 40, 50 years my senior. And for me to not see any other leaders or see anybody out in St. Martin that I could say, this is a person that I look up to, is a bad sign for St. Martin. We should have more.
So can you clarify what you plan to do if you get a chance to be able to stand on the floor?
Parliament is our highest legislative body. Their core task is to make laws. If you look at the last 6 years since 10, let's take a look at how much laws came to the table. How much laws were drafted or executed. And there's a reason for that. the excuse I would say is, because it's an excuse, that we don't have enough legal power, legislative lawyers. So if you need to make laws, we don't have the body to do that. What should be your first task? Our first task should be to bolster our legislative body. I would say one of the first things I would champion is creating a legal facility for Parliament where we hire legislative lawyers that could help our parliamentarians with their laws for the ones in power and the opposition. How can we do this? We don't have to necessarily add more funds to the budget of Parliament. No, we could look and see how can we cut costs within Parliament. Maybe let's travel less. Let's travel to certain meetings less. Let's travel with less people. Let's do more video conferencing, and take some of that money to hire the legal necessities that we need, and then we can start talking about laws. Because if you go to any public meeting, every parliamentary, every candidate is going to talk about laws. And how are these laws going to be implemented? How are they going to get done if we have little to no legal help? Another part of what I think should be done in Parliament very soon, or if I get in, is we need to have our laws translated in legal English. The reason why I said legal English is because right now, currently, only the Dutch laws are legally binding. So if I have a friend that was born in St. Martin, but by English parents, and let's say, worst case scenario, he gets in trouble with the law, the documents that he gets is in Dutch. No, so you go to certain departments in government, and you get documents and they are in Dutch, for the simple fact that they are legally binding. We need to have the laws translated into legal English, because the two languages of our country, the two languages of instruction is Dutch and English. So we should make it fair on both ends. I believe, I said this already, and I know it might be controversial, I believe that St. Martin, the people, we are electoral reform. We could make the changes by voting and holding parliamentarians accountable. Again, we can't legislate everything.
That is a bold statement to say that we, the people, are electoral reform. But I get what you're saying. It is a bold statement. I don't think it's controversial, at the least. But do you think sometimes the people don't understand that their power?
I think that they understand their power, but I think some people choose instant gratification over longevity. So we choose what we could get now in the moment instead of thinking about the next 4, 10, 15, 20 years. And I think that's why we're in the situation we are now. Because 30 years ago, there were people that voted for instant gratification and not thinking about what's going to happen 30 years from now. I know we're tired, but don't think that this is it. Don't believe for 1 second that it can get worse. It could get worse, but the good news is it could also get better. You have the key to change. I am part of that change. Vote for me, candidate number 9, Ardwell Irion, on the 9th ballot, actually. So candidate number 9 on the 9th ballot. See, this is almost destined to happen, people. Let's see if destiny will happen. Ardwell Irion, candidate number 9 on the National Alliance slate. Thank you, Audrey.
Yes, I know what you're thinking. Young, vibrant, and a millennial at heart. Ardwell Irion is trying to get your vote. What do you have to say? Tell us on September 26th.
Life is a journey full of connections. You're in safe hands even when life starts too soon. You don't have to miss a single beat. When a bad hair day makes you sad, just sharing can bring you joy and more to come. They take the plunge, turn fear into faith, while you capture those beautiful moments. In the game of life, it's family that counts. They'll be there even when you lose. We all have our moments of reflection and hope. And when you feel you're losing everything in life, we're there because there's more to come. When life starts too soon, you don't have to miss a single beat. We're here to connect you and share life. Telltale when you want more.
At Subway, every day is delicious. Get a different 6-inch sub each day made fresh with your favorite ingredients for 7 florins and 20 cents, just $4. Enjoy one today. Subway, eat fresh.
I know you're enjoying yourself, but there's so much more to come. We have Miss Tatiana Arrindell of the UP Party asking you for her vote. Let's see if she convinces you with this hearty interview.
First of all, my name is Tatiana Arrindell, mother of 3, 2 girls, 1 boy. Their ages are 14, 11, and the boy is 9. And I'm candidate number 13 on the UP list. And first of all, let me thank you for the opportunity to be here.
My next question, of course, we're going to delve right into it, is why the parliamentary election? Why now have you postulated yourself to be in the foreground?
Well, I have been very close to politics since 2010. 2011, I worked within the cabinet when Theo Heiliger was the first minister within VROMI and deputy prime minister. And so I've watched him. I've kind of learned the ropes and learned the organization as a civil servant. I was able to apply what I knew as a civil servant and working in the cabinet, how I can actually process things faster and how I can get things done for the people of St. Martin. For me, 6 governments in 6 years, it was like enough is enough. And I decided I could no longer sit in the back office and advise my colleagues or, and watch them go through. I think I had to come to the forefront and bring my knowledge and my experiences to the table and, kind of work for a better St. Martin for my kids as well. It's too often we kind of look and wait and let others determine the St. Martin that our kids will inherit. And like I said, I could no longer feel comfortable just doing that. It's a path that I have chosen, and I decided to grow into it. And when the time is ready, which is now, I postulated myself.
You mentioned enough is enough. Are you really confident in the UP party that things can definitely change now? We will no longer see what we've been seeing in the past.
Well, one thing with the United People's Party, we don't do things without planning. Our leader, he's a man of vision, and I think you've heard that so many times before. But working closely with him, I can actually testify to that, and one thing working with him, he's always instilled in his staff members, which is the power of the 5 P's. He believes in the P, which is that proper planning prevents poor performance. And as a single mom, to run a household with 3 kids that are growing and have other activities besides school, planning is what makes me run my household. And I think with that knowledge and with that experience, again, combined with what I've learned with I think some of the greatest minds that I've worked with on St. Martin, and I'm not only talking about the Theo Heiligers and the Frankie Myers, I'm also talking about Venda Baker and Joan Dovali Meit and some powerful women. I've even worked closely with Gracita, Cassandra Janssen, some great people. And I think with that knowledge, again, what I can do for the country is awesome.
You were raised up between South Reward and another portion of your years are in cul-de-sac. I know you said a cul-de-sac basin. Why do you think those people would vote for you in those districts?
Well, growing up in South Reward, for me it's a little different because most people don't know I was actually born in Holland. So when I moved here with my family in '84, me, myself, my brother, we couldn't even speak English. So it was from school friends, it was from the neighbors that we learned to speak English. So South Reward for me will always it will always have my heart. It will always be close to my heart. I remember us going down the road and buying bread for a gilda by Miss Ketura. And you knew everyone. We lived opposite Anne and Andy's nursery, which was one of the biggest and best nurseries at that time, daycares. And it was just a family setting. My mom worked there as a secretary, so after school we would just go there, we would eat there, play there, help with the kids, and we knew every neighbor. And it wasn't just your next door neighbor, you knew the one that was living across the street, in the next alley, down the road, down the hill, And then, of course, when we moved not so far from here, to cul-de-sac, it was the same thing. We had... my grandmother lives close by, my uncle, my aunts, another uncle, another aunt. So it was always, I was always blessed to have a unit around me, a support system, and I think, especially in South Reward, they've seen me growing up because when I moved to cul-de-sac, I was like 14, 15. So I spent most of my teenage day, well, not even, because I left St. Martin when I was 17. So South Reward is my home. But they've seen me growing up, and my mom, she was always a woman after a woman's heart. She helped many women in South Reward. Like, our house was never empty. She's helped women through cancer. She's helped women that had, single moms that had no meals for their kids. I remember we had one lady that had a child with special needs, and and my mom, she was there. She helped these women through their situations. And I guess that's where too I inherit the passion for women, the empowerment of women.
I have to ask, you mentioned family, you've mentioned tourism, women, and all those good topics that I see that you're so very passionate about. I'm happy to hear that. How do you expect to table these things now on the floor of Parliament?
Well, first of all, I think we need to go through what's there. Because I think we have a lot of things in place that we just need to revise. Sometimes it's not about recreating the wheel. It's just about maybe changing the tires. And so that's one of the things that we need to do. Assess, see where we're at, and then make the necessary changes, make the necessary amendments. Another thing we can do is look at Aruba. Look at Curacao, what works there, what can we bring over here? Because, again, sometimes things take too long because we try to recreate. We try to recreate a system that maybe isn't working anymore, but we just need to tweak it, So that's that's the first thing that I would do in Parliament. And then, of course, keep my promises, which is that Cape Bay mess there in the power plant. I think that our environment is counting on us to really do something about that. The residents are counting on us to do something about that. And we live in a world of sustainable energy. So, again, we just need to look around. And that's why I believe that we need the new faces in government. We need the new faces in Parliament because we know how to Google. We know how to do the research, And so you got to have a good balance, a good balance of the old, a good balance of the new. And but again, I think because I am a civil servant, I can bring a lot more to the table. I can really hit the ground running.
How important do you think it is that the people of St. Martin, sometimes they hear elections is coming, they don't really understand the difference between the parliamentary elections and so forth. How do you think this can change maybe to be developed in the schools so that they can better understand it is all I'm saying. What do you think about that?
No, you have to bring the politics back into the educational system. I remember when we were younger, many years ago, we learn about politics. We had to know who was in power. We had to know. Well, at that time it was the trias politicas, you know, and sadly enough, what's happening now is when, and sometimes I do get it in school because I've seen the homework come. But what happens is sometimes they study for a test, and for instance, let's say Theo Heiliger was prime minister, and by next week it's William Allen. So even that, this is the stability has to be there in order for us to bring it back to the schools and bring it effective. You know, my name is Tatiana Arrindell, candidate number 13 on the up slate. Why you should vote for me? I would ask you this: why not? What I bring to the table is experience. What I bring to the table is knowledge. What I bring to the table is, first of all, a mother. I'm a mother. And the way I run my home as a single parent is the way I will run this country. I will run this country with a heart of compassion. I will run this country with a heart for the people. Yes. And I promise to stay focused. I promise to, like I mentioned before, have a heart for the people. For too long, St. Martin has suffered because it is no longer about country, but it became about I. And I, being your candidate, I will change that. I understand the struggles that you face. I have listened to you. I have met with you, and I plan to really work hard for you. No longer will our elders have to wonder where the next meal is coming from. No longer will parents have to decide or whether to keep the lights on or feed the children. You will be able to do the both. And I believe in bringing prosperity to all, and I believe in bringing sustainability and stability back to this island.
And gentlemen, boys and girls and children of all ages, this is what you have been waiting on. Let's go!
All access with Audrey Jack. All access with Audrey Jack. All access with Audrey Jack. All access with Audrey Jack.
Hey yo, stop, freeze, nobody move. Drop the remote, keep your eyes on the tools. It's all access with you know who, but if you acting like you don't, let me explain to you. Her name is Audrey Jack, and the show is more than all that. Keep you up to date and on track on what's going on in the front of